Hi, my name is Olivia and welcome to my YouTube channel. Typically on here I talk about books and bookish things and books I've been reading, but today I wanted to talk about music that I've been listening to. I made a video like this about a year ago. It was an album recommendation video, I think. But I could talk about music forever. I've got so much music that I could talk about. So we're gonna do that. And I figured that I would talk about music that I've been listening to this summer and give like summer music recommendations. Okay, so we're getting into the summer vibe right now. So before I talk about anything else, I wanted to first of all say my next video is going to be a book recap combining June and July. So that's why there was no like June recap, because there's gonna be June and July together as sisters. So that's what's happening next. Anyway, then I wanted to just start talking about the music. And the first thing that I wanted to say is not really a recommendation, but more just so shout out to one of just the best musicians that is popular right now, which is going to be Chappell Roan. Girl has been in my head nonstop, playing on my Spotify nonstop. I love her so much, and she's super popular right now, so I feel like it just like goes, like she just goes without saying right now, but I had to mention her because like she's been making my summer. Me and my best friend tried to go to a concert, but she was sold out everywhere. She is popping off and she deserves it. Incredible. Okay, so now I'll get into like the actual recommendations for you. Okay, so the first band that I wanted to recommend is crazy. This group is crazy. This is going to be The Last Dinner Party. I saw them in concert in a little venue because the tickets were cheap. I didn't know who they were. I listened to a couple of their songs before I went, so I barely knew who they were. Still one of the best concerts I've ever been to. They were so good. This is the vinyl that I bought with all 5 of the members signed. This is a group of just literally the coolest people you've ever seen. Like their outfits are the craziest thing. Their photo shoots go so hard, and their music is just insane. It is like this rock pop alternative sound, and it is magical. It makes you feel like you're transcending or like ascending to the heavens. I don't know. They're so good. I cannot explain how much I recommend them and this album. Their like big famous song is, or their most famous song is Nothing Matters, which is I think a great like summer bop. That is in my summer playlist for sure. I love the song Sinner, which is another more popular one of theirs, but I really like On Your Side and The Feminine Urge and My Lady of Mercy. That's another one that's like on my summer playlist. They're so good, and I cannot recommend them enough. And I cannot believe I have a signed vinyl by them. That's so cool. The Last Dinner Party, baby. They're British and they're amazing, and it's the coolest thing that you'll ever witness. And I recommend seeing them in concert extra because amazing performers, amazing musicians. It's just so out of this world. I don't even know how to explain it. That's how obsessed I am. So next is a group that I do not have any physical copies of, which is gonna need to change. This is a really super like folky, country, acousticy band that I have just like actually become really obsessed with this summer, called First Aid Kit. It's these 2 ladies who have incredible voices and write the catchiest, most lovely sounding music. One of my favorite songs is My Silver Lining and Fireworks and Rebel Heart. Oh my gosh, dude. They're so, and Emmylou is like, I think their biggest song. Emmylou is really good. They are incredible, and I've been like, actually when I say I've been listening to them nonstop, I'm serious. Like I think they're gonna be in my Spotify Wrapped this year for sure, because they're so good and their music is just so beautiful. I love, like, it's very country-esque, but in the best way possible. I know a lot of people in my generation are like, I don't like country music. Shut up, sit down and listen to some good country music, because there's so many amazing country groups, and I think this sound is like the perfect like mixture of country, pop, folk, alternative, like Potion, Formula, that's the word. First Aid Kit, so good. I cannot recommend them enough, and I need to start looking to purchase some physical copies of their music, because I like to own physical copies of my faves. Those are going to be some of my faves. So First Aid Kit. Listen to them, especially during like the spring and summertime. Perfect vibes, hands down. Next is going to be a pretty similar band called the Staves, which is another girl group of like folky, acousticy, amazing songs. I really love the song Failure, Paralyzed. The whole Good Woman album is a really great album. They're so good. I would say they're a little less country-esque than First Aid Kit is, but they are so good. Like more pop alternative type thing. I don't even know how to explain it, dude. It's so hard to explain it without like playing the music, but please take my word for it and please listen to them. Once again, their sound is just so good for this spring and summertime. I think it has a lot to do with the acousticy, folky sounding vibe that they give off. There's just something about it that I cannot recommend enough. Oh my god, they are so good. The Staves. There was another song that I had. They have a song with another group called White Roses. I can't remember the other group that it's with. It's so good. And then Nothing's Gonna Happen. The song Good Woman, the title track Good Woman, is just... I have really fallen in love with that group as well. And those are just two that I think have really, both First Aid Kit and the Staves have really kind of been defining music for this summer for me, which is... I love it. So good. Next, we're going to head into some classic rock realm things, or just like older music for these last two. First, I wanted to talk about a band that is really popular and really well known, but I feel like maybe people my age aren't as familiar with, which is going to be Hall & Oates, Daryl Hall and John Oates. This is the only physical copy of their music that I have, but Private Eyes is not the only album that you should listen to. They just have the catchiest, most fun, like pop rock music that you've ever heard in your life. I have never heard a band that makes me want to dance more and puts me in as good of a mood. Private Eyes is probably my favorite album just because it's like a no skip type of album, and I just love listening to them so much. This album puts me in such a good mood. They are incredible. Their voices are so good. Everything about them, it really puts me in like a good summery mood. And I actually might put this album on later today because I just want to listen to it now. But they do have some other incredible work that isn't that album that you should definitely listen to and enjoy for like a good like summer rock like energy. And I just hope that people my age give Hall & Oates a chance. Lastly, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite singer-songwriters of all time. That's going to be Joni Mitchell. Specifically, I am going to recommend one album, but it's not the only album that I would recommend by any means, but it's just for me, I think it's my favorite, and I think the best for like more energetic summertime, which is going to be Court and Spark. Ooh, Court and Spark is a really incredible album. It's got more energy than some of her other albums, like I said, and it's so good. It's got such great songs on it. My favorite song is Free Man in Paris. That's a great like summertime bop. And People's Parties, the same situation. Raised on Robbery, Twisted. This album is so good. And she's got the most beautiful voice you've ever heard. She's an incredible lyricist, an incredible and very unique guitarist. She does some really, really cool things with her guitar playing and the finger picking and the tuning. So awesome. And I adore her so much. And this album is really, really fun to listen to with like the windows open and the sun shining. I just have really great memories of this album in the summertime as well. So yeah, very amazing, melodic, such cool instrumentation and vocalizations, and just the energy, unmatched. So yes, those are going to be all of my recommendations. There really wasn't that many. I could recommend more, I guess, but this is all that I feel like has really, really been defining this summer, but also other summers throughout my life, and hopefully in the future as well. All of these I think are very, very nice, very melodic, very energizing, but not in a super hyped up way, in a very like free-flowing type of way, if that makes any sense. But all of them have been so just really enjoyable for me, and have really just made my life a little bit brighter and a little bit happier. So yeah, I highly recommend them, especially First Aid Kit and the Staves. Incredibly underrated. Both of those groups are not like big. Oh, and The Last Dinner Party isn't that big either. Those are three artists that really could use some extra oomph because they're underrated and they need more attention and love from the world. So listen to them, give them the hype that they deserve, and go see The Last Dinner Party in concert because such a good group. Okay, that's all I have to say. Have a really amazing summer, and I will see you for my June-July book recap later.